Hi, this is Karl Bryan. Welcome to this edition of Karl's Kick. This edition is, are you confusing being busy with being successful? Time management is one of those funny things where most people say they're too busy to make it happen, okay? Well, the good news is that there's 80-20 rules in everything that you do, okay? Essentially, 80% of your productivity is derived from 20% of your activity. The problem is you don't discriminate. So, for instance, I give you 100 tasks to do, and fundamentally you spend the same amount of time on each, okay? Turn those ratios around and start spending 80% of your time on the 20% of the things that make you the most money, the most productive, that bring the most happiness to you, and suddenly, you instantaneously became 4 times as productive. So here's some things you want to do. First of all, you want to work to your strengths, okay? If you're a great bookkeeper, you want to be doing books. But if you're a great salesperson, you want to be at the coalface speaking to clients. But if you're a great salesperson and a terrible bookkeeper, don't spend prime sales hours and prime working hours trying to work out how to do the books, right? You hire a bookkeeper for, not a heck of a lot, and suddenly you can spend that time doing what you are good at within your business. So essentially, work to your strengths. Another thing I want you to do is identify the times of the day where you're most productive, okay? So if you fire up at 6 a.m., make an appointment with yourself at 6 a.m. and make a game plan for the day, for the week, for the month. If you fire up at 9 p.m. and you're a night owl, okay, well, guess what? That's when your appointment with you is set up, and you need to make sure that that's the time where you're making your strategic direction and doing a lot of the work, a lot of the 80% stuff that you need to be getting done within your business in order to make you the most productive. Another thing I want you to do is I want you to think of your week as a TV guide. Okay, my question to you is, what are you doing between 9 and 4, Tuesday to Thursday? Okay, those are basically prime sales hours. So it either needs to be you or a joint venture or somebody from your sales force, but somebody needs to be selling within your company within those hours. Okay, so it's sort of like Christmas. I say like Christmas comes by once a year, okay, and once it goes, and you have to wait until next year, and a lot of money gets traded at Christmas time, obviously. Well, the same thing for those hours, 9 to 4, Tuesday to Thursday. Make sure that you're taking advantage of that. Another thing you want to be thinking about doing is, would Michael Jordan stop and do an interview halfway through the fourth quarter? Okay, and the answer is clearly no. They say that it takes 15 minutes for the average person to get completely focused on a task. Okay, 15 minutes. Well, if you're getting interrupted every 6 minutes, okay, by the phone, the cell phone, kids, the dog barking, you've got a major problem, okay? Because again, it takes you 15 minutes to get focused, so make sure that you're not getting interrupted continually. Another thing you need to do, open door policies do not work. Close your door to your staff. Okay, do you hear that? Open door policies do not work, okay? Being friendly and a lovely boss, out with the willows. You need to get serious about your business and starting applying it. If you are not serious about your time management, and if you do not respect your own time, trust me, your customers, your clients, your staff, your joint ventures, your family are not going to respect your time either. You need to take this stuff very, very seriously. And again, you got to make sure that you're not confusing being busy with being successful. And the two very seldom coexist. Another thing you want to understand about time management is that procrastination leads to stress, not to better decisions. Okay, so by procrastinating, you're really just stuffing up your time management royally. Okay, so make sure there's a common trait that's consistent across successful business owners, and that is the ability to make a hard decision quickly. Okay, so make a decision, knock it over, make the wrong decision, but for God's sakes, just make a decision, and you'll actually find that you become more productive within your own business. Another thing I want you to be very careful of, especially if you're in the sales game, or especially if you go out and give a lot of proposals, do not let people maybe you out of business, okay? Your prospective clients will literally lie to you so they don't have to say no because they're worried they're going to hurt your feelings, okay? So here's what you do. You basically say, here's my proposal. You've got 24 hours. You've got 7 days. You've got 14 days. It depends on your particular offer and your business, but you essentially put a timeline on that. Look, you've got 7 days to decide if you want to move forward with this proposal and this price. Okay, should I not hear back from you, and should you not answer your cell phone, I make the decision on your behalf, and we don't do business. Okay, because now suddenly what you can do is go into the game of dealing with people that are serious about moving forward with you, and not again sort of in that limbo of not wanting to hurt your feelings to say no. Here's a formula as well that you might find reasonably profitable, and I know that I do for sure. But what you want to do with your time management, when a task comes across your desk, you want to dump it, delegate it, and then do it. Okay, so as soon as a task comes across your desk, you try dump it. If you can't dump it, it needs to be done, you try find somebody else to do it. It could be a family member, it could be your bookkeeper, it could be your accountant, it could be your salesperson, it could be your operations manager, it could be the CEO of the company, all right? But try to delegate it. And then if that's not going to work, and it still needs to be done, then you do it. Okay, what most people do is they do it, delegate it, then dump it. Okay, and then we get confused or we get surprised when we end up with a to-do list 3 miles long. Okay, so you dump it, delegate it, do it. Very, very powerful, and it's worked very, very well for me. And interestingly enough, I find that time management is about working out what not to do, not working out what to do. Okay, do you sort of get that? So working out what not to do is more powerful and a better use of your time than working out what to do, because there's never a shortage of things to knock over and people to take on your attention. Okay, so work out the things not to do. So basically, here's an exercise for you. What I want you to do, first things first, is I want you to get a templated to-do list, and I want you to write down everything that you need to get done in the next 24 hours, 7 days. Okay, but the next short, not 14, 21 days, 3 months, just 1 to 7 days. Okay, once you write that down, I now want you to go through and I want you to analyze your 80-20 rules, and I want you to rewrite the list in order of what you need to get done straight away. Okay, so the first thing on your list is now going to be the most important task. The second thing on your list is going to be second, third. Have you ever had one of those days where you got an unbelievable amount done? Okay, well, I can tell you, without being with you that day, here's what happened. You got the most important things in your 80-20 rules. You got the most important things that you need to get done in order, and you got them done early in your day. Okay, because what happens, it's a bit like Michael Jordan coined it as falling into the zone, right? He used to fall into the zone late in the fourth quarter and start shooting baskets like a madman possessed, okay? Well, basically what happens is once you get these things done and you get them done early, what you're going to do within your day is fall into the zone. It'll be super duper powerful, and you'll be very, very surprised at how quickly you'll start moving in a very positive direction from a time management perspective and stop confusing being busy with being successful. So again, you write a list. Write the list again in order of priority, manage your 80-20 rules, and then make sure you knock off anything that shouldn't be done versus try work out what should be done. You'll be a lot better time manager, and you will stop confusing being busy with being successful. Thank you so much. That's this edition of Karl's Kick, and we'll see you next time.